YouTube, this is Way Too Long, coach of the FC Seviper 04, bringing you week number 6 of the JBA, which is the second last week of the main season. Then we will see if we made it to the playoffs if we win today, or if we're just out and we can prep our draft plans for the next seasons of whatever league we play, so probably PFL and JBA again. And we're here for our rematch against the Tennessee Aegislashes, our first rematch in this league. And if you remember the last time I played the Tennessee Aegislashes, coached by L5, yeah, I remember mainly Espeon, Empoleon and Hydreigon. Especially the Espeon was super annoying with no attacking moves and setting up all this fun stuff. I hope we can get rid of the Espeon this time. Yeah, and here, as you see, the whole team, the whole possible options for our opponent, what he will bring. Hydreigon, of course, which cleaned up against us the last time. We have Zygarde, Roserade, Aromatisse, Raichu, Misdreavus, Infernape, Empoleon, Espeon, Dugtrio, and the Mega Ährwin, which last game we prepped for, but it didn't come, and Hippowdon was there alone without really a chance to do something. And now I will go for my team for this match. Up first we have Parasite the Heliolisk holding the air balloon, so if Dugtrio manages to trap us in, he cannot OHKO us immediately with Earthquake. We will have to do another attack first, given that I don't waste my air balloon early in the game like I did in, I think, week 4 of the PFL. So we have Solar Power, which kind of reveals what we're up to this week. Then I have U-Turn, not Volt Switch, even with Timid Nature. U-Turn is just here so the Dugtrio cannot trap us in. So if we can expect switch out into Dugtrio, we can just U-Turn out, we are safely out. Or even if he traps us in and we have to attack, he has to pop our balloon first before he can hit us with Earthquake, and we probably get an attack off with U-Turn, and then Parasite is safe again. We also have Dark Pulse for stuff like the Espeon, for Misdreavus. If we're up against these, we have Dragon Pulse, since we have to deal with 2 dragons. The Zygarde is a problem. With Earthquake, especially, even that is an option to trap us, not really to trap us in, since Parasite can outspeed Zygarde if it's not scarfed. Of course we will have to watch out for this first, but then we can at least deal a nice chunk of damage to the Hydreigon and the Zygarde with our Dragon Pulse. And then last but not least I have Thunder this week over Thunderbolt, because especially with the Solar Power boost I just want a lot of damage on our opponent, and except for like the Dugtrio, Hydreigon, the Zygarde, nothing really wants to take this Thunder, Step Thunder. Then we have Timid Nature with 248 investment in speed, which is enough so Heliolisk can outspeed max speed Infernape. There's no sense in putting the last 4 IVs there just to outspeed, not even, because we can't even outspeed Dugtrio by any means except for a Scarf, and so we can put some more EVs in HP, and of course full investment in special attack. Then up next, our thumbnail star in the first match against the Tennessee Aegislash, Two Punch Man the Hitmonchan, again holding the Assault Vest because I thought it was a pretty good set. We can tank tank most of the hits he has for us. We of course have Iron Fist to boost 3 of our 4 attacks. We have Ice Punch this time, for especially for Zygarde. We have Drain Punch of course for stuff like Empoleon, and also the Hydreigon does not want to take a Drain Punch. Then this time we have Mach Punch over Bullet Punch, since even Bullet Punch I realized that now wouldn't even do that much to a fully defensive Aromatisse, so if the Aromatisse comes in, then I just have to switch out to Punch Man and try again later. And then we have Rock Tomb, just to slow our opponent down, like all these moves, like with my very slow drafts in the first seasons, these moves became like my best friends. Thunder Wave, Icy Wind, Rock Tomb, even Trick Room, everything that gives us advantage even with our lower speed. So Rock Tomb is here if something faster wants to come in on 2 Punch Man on the switch, and we can just slow it down. We can at least take 1 hit thanks to the Assault Vest. I hope I can prevent last time's scenario with fully powered up Empoleon, which we have to sack off 2 Punch Man for. But we can slow down whatever comes in, and then we will have to decide. Even if we switch out, the Pokemon that came in is even slower now, so we have a bigger chance to outspeed it, which is nice. So we have some investment in HP, 160, full investment in attack. Since we are Assault Vest, we want 4 attacking moves and we want them to do a lot of damage, even with our kind of special wall here. Then I have 28 investment in defense, which gives us a defense stat of 201, which can nicely be boosted by the Assault Vest. And also 68 investment in special defense for Careful Nature, so our special defense is really, really high. Hitmonchan again as our special wall here, which can also deal a lot of damage with its attacks. And then, since we have seen Solar Power on Heliolisk, I decided this time to go a little unexpected here. We bring Predator with Sunny Day and Chlorophyll, holding the Heat Rock, so we have 8 turns of Sun. Predator is absolute max speed, even with a 50 base stat. I mean, Chlorophyll will up this to basically 100 base stat, which is pretty nice. Full investment in special attacks, so Blossom is here kind of specially sweeping or attacking monster. And we have Moonblast, which will definitely OHKO a Hydreigon. And if we can manage to scout out if the Hydreigon is scarfed or not, we can go for Sunny Day. The Hydreigon comes in, cannot outspeed us, it will definitely be slower if it's not holding a Choice Scarf, and then we can just OHKO it with Moonblast. And how awesome would it be to see a Blossom one-shotting Hydreigon. Then we have Energy Ball as our strong stab, and also Sleep Powder if something wants to come in that we don't like, except everything that is like faster even after Chlorophyll, so stuff like Infernape definitely we don't want to or we just go for Sleep Powder on a possible switch out, like having the Duck Trio against us, and we just go for Sleep Powder and put to sleep whatever comes in, and gives us some initiative even later in the game. Even though, knowing my luck, whatever gets put to sleep wakes up first turn and OHKOs something with a crit. Yeah, then basically the last member of the Sunny trio in our team here, we bring Loomis the Chandelure, this time holding the Choice Scarf. It's kind of a weird set. I'm still debating if I should change something here. We have Flash Fire, so if Poeta manages to set up the Sun and the Infernate comes in, we can switch out right into Chandelure. Infernate cannot really touch a Chandelure. And if it goes for a Fire type move, we get Flash Fire boost, we have the Sun up, and we're max special attack with Timid, not Modest, but still max special attack. And then we can just lock ourselves into a Sunny Day, Flash Fire, Stab, boosted Fire Blast. Which pretty much 2-hit KOs, at least 2-hit KOs everything on our opponent's team. Even the Hydreigon, if it wants to switch in on this Fire Blast. We also have Trick, of course in combination with Choice Scarf. I'm thinking here about like the Aromaties. If the main threats on our opponent's team are gone, we can just trick it a Choice Scarf. And then if we manage to get off our Choice Scarf, we still have the Trick Room here. We have two step moves, of course, for attack with Fire Blast and Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball just to hit the Espeon. We can outspeed it with Choice Scarf and deal a lot of damage to the Espeon. And yeah, if we lose our Choice Scarf, we can go for a Trick Room on... We can later come in and go for a Trick Room on the switch and even then outspeed our opponent and hit it with either Fire Blast or Shadow Ball. I know this is kind of a weird set, like not as weird as my plan for the playoffs in the PFL, but I feel like I had to do something tricky here, and of course it's a very... I need one really special scenario for this to happen. If I get it off, if it works, yeah, that would be really nice. Then we have one member of our team that I should have brought in the last match. We have Sir Chicken the Tornadoes, holding the Expert Belt with Regenerator. We have Knock Off, U-Turn, Focus Blast for stuff like Mega Ährwin and Empoleon. Mega Ährwin especially if he brings it this time. So we have something to hit it with. I pretty much think that Mega Ährwin is the main switch into Tornadoes if he brings it. And then we have Aegislash, not Hurricane. And the reasoning here is that, you know, Rain Dance boosts Hurricane's accuracy to 100%. Sand and Hail do nothing change nothing with Hurricane's accuracy. But if the Sun is up, the accuracy of Hurricane is just 50%. And if we manage to get our Sunny Day plan up and we have to switch in Sir Chicken at some point, yeah, I don't want to rely on a 50% chance of hitting my Hurricane. This is why we have Aegislash here as our next stab move. I might switch Focus Blast out here, either for Substitute or if better matching with our Sunny Day plan. Even with Heat Wave, because I think Heat Wave and the Sun can do a lot of damage to, especially with Expert Belt, to a Mega Ährwin too. Focus Blast would just be nice to have if we can catch the Mega Ährwin on the switch in, and if it's still an Ährwin. So we have 4 times weak to fighting, low special defense and no filter, and we're rid of the Ährwin. Yeah, I really have to think about this. The match is in like 30 minutes, so I have some time to think here. And then last but not least, our team captain, team internal leader in the MVP rank. We have Mega Sharknado for the Mega Garchomp, of course with Rough Skin before Mega Evolving. And then like the old set, the main set I run on this, we have Dragonclaw, Swords Dance, Earthquake and a Substitute. And here you see we have Brave Nature, which mainly is for our combination with Trick Room. Since Mega Garchomp is pretty slow, we don't have baton pass or sticky webs this time, no Masquerain. So if we manage to get Sharknado in on a Trick Room, there isn't much that, or at least the bigger threats for Sharknado do not outspeed, especially the Hydreigon. Hydreigon outspeeds Zygarde, outspeed Mega Garchomp, and in the Trick Room, we can just go for Dragon Claw, or expecting a switch, go for Substitute, get up a Swords Dance, Oko or 2-hit KO is something, then go for Substitute again, and then the Trick Room is out, our opponent has to break the Substitute, and yeah. Of course, with Brave Nature, full investment in attack, so Mega Garchomp just hits like a truck, and some investment in defense, and really high investment in HP, so Sharknado is kind of bulky, like every week. So this was our team. I hope we can win to keep a chance for the playoffs, but even if we don't, it's not that bad. We have next season, of course. This was another learning experience here. I learned a lot of my battles in the JBA. I was kind of unlucky, but if we lose, at least we can look forward to the last match, which, since it would be the last time we battle with this exact team, we can bring some fun sets, which I wouldn't mind either. But of course, still having a chance to make the playoffs is better. But still, it's basically a win-win situation. As long we have fun, even with Hex. Hex is part of the game. Hex is the spice. And yeah, I'll see you at the match. So here we are in the match, and as you can see, our opponent brings Espeon, like last week. Or more like last match. Hydreigon, like last match. Wormatis, like last match. Infernape, like last match. Dugtrio, like last match. And Empoleon, like last match. So we basically faced the same exact team we faced in the last match. At least regarding the Pokemon. I bet not regarding the sets. I chose to lead here with Tornadus because no matter what really leads on this team, I can get a good hit on something. I can knock off the Espeon. I can Focus Blast the Hydreigon. I can't do so much to the Aromatis, but I can U-turn out on it, and yeah, I don't really think he will lead with Aromatis. I can Air Slash the Infernape. I can also Air Slash or U-turn or whatever, Focus Blast the Dugtrio, and of course I can Focus Blast the Empoleon. So as we see, he leads with Infernape. This is a good chance to see if it is Choice Scarfed, and we see it's indeed Choice Scarfed. It outspeeds Searching, and it lands a Stone Edge, and it crits me first turn. And that crit mattered, I can tell you. It does max at like 89% to Tornadus, which I would have recovered with Regenerator, of course. But again, our first turn bad luck strikes again, like last week where we got flinched with Masquerain for Mamoswine in the first turn. Now we have this first turn. And at this point I was almost on tilt, basically because as I said in the beginning, Tornadus does a lot of damage to 5 out of 6 of our opponent's Pokemon. It can damage like everything. Huge part for us to win, and now it's just blown away like 1 second into the battle. So Tornadus goes down, which is really unfortunate, and I know it's Choice Scarfed, I know it's locked into Stone Edge, so I bring in Sharknado, which I see has still the typo in the nickname, and yeah, I click Dragon Claw, I click Mega Evolve, I click Dragon Claw, then I go back to my moves, see if I can maybe do something better, like going for a substitute on the switch, and then I click Dragon Claw again, and I always forget it on Showdown that they actually reset your Mega Evolving when you go back to your moves, so again we don't Mega Evolve first turn, thanks to not really paying attention. And yeah, it's quite unfortunate for us, but because I guess Dragon Claw would have done much more damage as Mega Guard Jump, and Guard Jump don't really outspeeds Espeon anyway. So yeah, again this involuntary rule breaking is more in our opponent's favor this time than in ours. So this time I click Mega Evolve and Earthquake because I've kind of expected him here into predicting the Dragon Claw and going into Rematches like last match, but he stays in. We see it has Psyshock, which is like no problem at all for our, because Mega Guard Jump has a nice base defense stat. We only take 25% out of this. This time the Espeon has attacking moves, and we can just finish off with Earthquake as our first kill in this match. So we basically get even with this Espeon, which set up on which stored us out at the end of the last match and made us suffer longer than we thought we had. Yeah, now Espeon is gone, which is pretty nice. One problem less for Hitmonchan definitely. And of course, like I basically expected, when I take out the Espeon, the Hydreigon comes in. It outspeeds me, really destroys me with Draco Meteor. So I have to go into my only really switch in for a Draco Meteor, which is our Hitmonchan, which did a really good job in the last battle against the Aegislashes, and here again we take Draco Meteor 51%, but thanks to the special attack drop we can definitely take another one and heal up with Drain Punch. Of course he won't stay in with Hydreigon at this point. The Aromatisse is really obvious, but I thought let's just Drain Punch it anyway. It will do like 20-25%. And we get some health break, we get back to above 50%, and on the next time we have to switch in on a Draco Meteor, we can take this, and then at least deal some damage with Mach Punch, if he feels safe. So of course Aromatisse comes in at this point, takes the Dragon Punch quite easily, 21%, but we get 16% health back, so not a really losing move here from our side. And unlike last week, I know Bullet Punch won't have done so much, so I expect Moonblast here going to Prieta. And I don't know what he predicted here, going into Dugtrio, which is of course a horrible situation against Blossom. Dugtrio cannot do anything here, and I just thought, okay, he might switch out here. So I just go for Sleep Powder on the switch, and so whatever comes in, which is either the Hydreigon or more likely the Infernape. And if we set Infernape to sleep, that is really in our favor. But with our bad luck so far in this league, we missed the Sleep Powder. Of course I have to switch out here. I expect a Fire type move, no matter what. Goes for the Choice Scarfed Fire Blast into our Choice Scarfed Chandelure here, taking it no problem with the Flash Fire. So we get a nice little boost here for our Fire Blast, and no matter what will switch in now has to take a powered up max special attack Fire Blast, like I did in the team, like I said in the team prep. And the Empoleon comes in hoping to take this, but it is neutral thanks to the Steel typing. And even with Empoleon's special bulk, we see it just 82%. Now I could take out the Empoleon at this point, but I don't really want to, because I want to preserve Loomis for later in the battle, for that scenario that I mentioned in the team prep with the Sunny Day and the Flashfire switch in. Of course now the Flashfire switch in against the Infernape is less likely, since he already saw it. He might go for Stone Edge here, but still I know if I take out this Empoleon now, the Dugtrio will come in. We probably speed tie, thanks to Choice Scarf. I think there's a speed tie, just unless the Dugtrio isn't scarfed, which is probably not. Yeah, and I don't want to take out Empoleon at this point and give basically sack off Chandelure against the Dugtrio. So I'm just going for the switch here, going back into Prieta, which can take on an Empoleon with Energy Ball, I guess, at this low amount of health, and this is a way better switch in against the Dugtrio, as Empoleon just set up Stealth Box, and I just see no reason not to go for Sunny Day here, trying to realize our perfect scenario. Sunny Day, Flashfire, Fire Blast, Choice Scarf. And as we turn on the Sunny Day, the Empoleon goes for the Ice Beam, hitting us quite hard, but thanks to Velossum's special bulk, we can take at least one Ice Beam. And now thanks to the Chlorophyll boost, we will definitely outspeed the Empoleon. Aqua Jet will do nothing, and we can just finish it off with Energy Ball. At least I think that. This time the Aromatisse comes in, as I go for Energy Ball. We see 24%. The Aromatisse has leftovers, but we slowly whittle it down, which is not bad at all. And now, since I want to save Prieta for the Hydreigon, since now with the sun up and I know the Hydreigon is not Choice Scarfed, it's Life Orbed, so we definitely will outspeed the Hydreigon and can finish it off with a Moonblast. I just go into the Loomis, knowing I can take a Moonblast like nothing. But he actually predicts that and goes into a Empoleon. And this time I thought, okay, I now have the sun up and I can... This time I finish off the Empoleon. I have the sun up, even though I don't really believe in the perfect scenario here anymore, and I'm just willing to let Loomis go down against the Dugtrio here, which of course comes in now, but at least we get a Sunny Day Fire Blast off. Not that it matters, the Sunny Day for our Fire Blast here. We take the Dugtrio down all the way to its Sash. Unfortunately no burn, but I think that would be too much to ask for anyway. Maybe we would have lived the here incoming Earthquake now, but at least Loomis took out the Empoleon. It nearly took out the Dugtrio, which is now at 1% health. And here I of course had to debate going now into Hitmonchan and finish off Dugtrio with Mach Punch. Or do I go into Garchomp, since whatever Dugtrio has with Garchomp's nice physical bulk, we can take it anyway and finish off Dugtrio. Give Garchomp some better standings in the MVP race, since we're now at 8 kills and killing Dugtrio would bring us to 9, which is really nice. So I just bring in Sharknado. I know we can take everything from Dugtrio. It does, no ice moves. We only take 29% of the Earthquake, which would have been enough to break a sub, so I'm glad I didn't go for sub here. Just finish it off with Dragonclaw, and of course Hydreigon comes in, and I misclick. I wanted to switch in Hitmonchan, but I misclick, I click Prieta, which would have taken out the Hydreigon no problem. with the Moonblast. I know it Okos, I just told it. Yeah, and the Dark Bolt goes off and Priada goes down. Too bad for her. I would have loved to see Blossom get a kill. But now I thought I'm not that bad off with this now, because Hitmonchan is worth more at this point than, even with the Aromaties still here, than Blossom. Blossom would have taken out the Hydreigon, but nothing really else. It would have get into a little store ball probably with Aromaties, which if wouldn't have won, maybe just putting it to sleep and then go down to Infernape anyways. So it was good to save Hitmonchan at this point. So I just go into Parasite, I did the calcs, and Dragon Pulse killed Hydreigon at this point. I know I outspeed. And he probably expects something like this and goes into Aromaties, which of course takes no damage from a Dragon Pulse since it is immune. And here I just thought, screw it, we are in the sun, one turn, we get the solar power thunder off, our strongest attack. The sun goes down now, the moon comes up, and yeah, we land the thunder, we do nice 33% and we get the para. And as you remember on our match against the Westchester we got the thunder para from a Victini. And yeah, we get paid back for this now, which is really nice. So the Aromaties goes for Moonblast, pops my balloon unfortunately, but yeah, Dugtrio is gone, the balloon is not really that necessary at this point. We don't need to live an earthquake now. And yeah, no, this is a really rare moment, what comes now in this league so far. Because we go for Thunder again, do again 45%, and the Aromaties is paralyzed. So much luck in one game I never had in a JBA match so far. And yeah, I have to go for Thunder again. I know Dark Pulse is resisted, it wouldn't do that much. Dragon Pulse of course does nothing. U-turn is resisted, and we have like no attack. So I have to go for Thunder again. I miss my... I thought 3 Thunders in a row I can land them, but yeah, I miss one, which is not that bad, owing that the Aromaties is paralyzed 2 turns in a row. So remember last match when I said it's time that we get paid back for all the bad luck we had so far? We got some bad luck in the beginning of the match with the missing Sleep Powder and the crit, but now we finally get something back, which is really, really nice. So we get 2 paras in a row, and now for Thunder number 4 actually lands in Parasite. After getting 4 kills in the first week, now finally gets a kill again against the Aromaties. And now I'm quite confident for the rest of the match, because I have Parasite, which can take on the Hydreigon, definitely with Dragon Pulse, which outspeeds the Hydreigon. Most likely the Infernape will come in now and go for something like Close Combat or Fire Blast, which it will do. It goes for Fire Blast, it lands it, it's a crit, but that doesn't really matter. But still, now I see I have the Infernape is locked into Fire Blast, special move, and we have our specially defensive Hitmonchan here, which definitely can take 1 Fire Blast. And we still have Garchomp, which I guess can live at least 1 Fire Blast. But most likely more important is that Hitmonchan is still alive. I mean, before, when I was against the... when I sacked off Priada, going into Hitmonchan wouldn't even have killed us. We would have lived the Draco Meteor. and went for dark ports, so that would have been even better. So yeah, it was a mistake, it was a mistake, but this mistake is actually paying off for us now. Because we have 59%, the Infernape is slotted for a Fire Blast, goes for another Fire Blast, it just does 38%. Which is nice to take. We go for Drain Punch, do 72%, get a lot of health back. We basically get back to the point before the Fire Blast, completely negating it. And I do the calcs here. Mach Punch does at least 31%, enough to take out the Infernape, and I'm actually excited right now. Because I know the first Draco Meteor, as Hydreigon comes in, the first Draco Meteor did 51% to Hitmonchan, and we are at 60. So unless it was the lowest of rolls, I just got told in the chat that we would have actually lived unless it was a crit. So at 56% we live at 4%. Of course, the Hydreigon has now a -2 special attack, which is nice. If we had to go into Garchomp, maybe it would have even lived then, but still. And of course the Hydreigon goes first, and we can just go for Drain Punch and kill the Hydreigon. Hitmonchan coming through after a really good performance on the first match against the Tennessee Aegislash, where he stopped the Empoleon sweep. Now he's taking the match for us, getting 2 kills. And yeah, who says that Hitmonchan is a bad tier 5 pick now? Hitmonchan, 2 matches, and he did so much work. Now he brings us the match. And we finally, after 4 losses in a row, we just won. And we still have a chance to enter the playoffs. If one of our rivals here loses high enough, we win high enough, and we can actually make it. So kind of too bad, because now I can't go completely crazy with this team like I did in the PFL. If I make it to the playoffs, I won't do something like in the PFL with Trick Room, Zen Mode, Darmanitan. Yeah, but we still have a chance. We're not eliminated from the playoff race, and thanks to Hitmonchan. Oh, thanks to Hitmonchan. 2 Punch Man coming through, and this was way too long, bringing you finally a win in the JBA after a long time. 4 matches, that's a month basically. So the first win after a whole month, 4 weeks, and I'm really happy, I'm relieved. Peace out.